Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. So today we are doing a terrarium update and a terrarium revamp. So grab some tea, grab some snacks, and we will get right into it.
Yeah, get into it!
So this is what the terrarium looked like the last time that you saw it, so in the last video, and this is what it looks like now, and we are going to do an update. So I'm going to walk you through everything. So since the last time you saw it, I've added some Calissia repens pink panther, a little Tillandsia. I've also added a begonia, an alocasia fried egg stump, and an orchid stalk here. Besides that, most things have remained the same. However, it is just kind of overgrown now. This is the philodendron gold violin. Definitely is very, very happy. Unfortunately though, it is shading out this little alocasia here.
Don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them steal your moment.
Here, the Alocasia amazonicas are doing wonderful. They've put out new leaves and they're looking quite healthy. This Alocasia black velvet put out a new leaf, and as you can tell, it's absolutely smushed against the glass there, so it's not looking too hot. The other Alocasia black velvet, it's about to put out a new leaf, as you can see there as well. The Anthurium baccari, it's put out a new leaf here. The gigas hasn't really done anything. This no ID philodendron put out this huge leaf that's kind of blocking off the Hoya sunrise back there.
Why is this big mother even here?
Philodendron Burl Marks Fantasy in the back there is doing quite well. I added some Peperomia red log here and it's doing quite well and it's trailing beautifully. Up there I also have another silver dragon, but for some reason it is rotting. The leaf is melting, so I'm going to move that out of there today. The Hoya Sunrise is quite happy. They both put out 2 new long growth points and they are throwing out new leaves. The Paleonia Pultra is doing well. It's grown a lot on this end, grown a little up here, but it also just threw out a new growth point over here as well. This Begonia Thalme is quite happy as well. It put out a little flower. I don't know if I'll be able to get it to focus. Let's see. I don't think it's going to be able to focus.
Nothing was there.
Did you drive past there?
No, I saw it on the television. Nothing was there.
But the Begonia Thalme is flowering. Oh, there it is. It's almost like alien or like extraterrestrial, which is super cool. The sphagnum moss that I threw in there is also surprisingly growing, which I'm very, very happy about. So as you can see, it has little shoots coming out, and overall it is looking pretty happy. Okay, so that's it for the updates. I'm going to set you guys up now and we are going to do some revamping of the terrarium. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just pull out some of these bigger plants. I'm going to start with this philodendron no ID here. And honestly, I think I'm just going to pull it. Okay. I mean, it looks quite beautiful. The leaves are basically perfect. I'm just going to pull off some of this moss here because I want to pop it into soil. So these roots honestly are just super healthy. The petiole is increasing in length, so I think it is maturing, and we're going to find out what it is. If you have an idea of what it might be, let me know in the comments below. I have this alocasia chunk in here that I pulled out. It's kind of rotting. I'm going to throw that out in the garbage because it's kind of disgusting.
You are a disgusting piece of crap.
I'm going to pull out this big alocasia black velvet in the front. So here are the roots. As you can tell, it was super, super happy. Next, I'm just going to pull out this philodendron gold violin that's in here. This silver dragon came up with it. Okay, let's separate these two. So here is the alocasia silver dragon, and here is the philodendron gold violin. I think I'm going to take out this philodendron gigas in here. And then I'm also going to move this alocasia silver dragon up here. So the alocasia here is like melting. And this reverted Calissia repens I'm going to toss because I think it's just ugly. TBH.
That's just not okay to say to anybody.
Here is the baby silver dragon and I'm going to put it down here. Here I have some Syngonium albo and Philodendron maoi cuttings, and I'm just going to toss them along the bottom. And honestly, with a terrarium like this, I feel like regardless of what you do, things will sprout. Be happy just because of how humid and wonderful it is in there for them. I also have these Syngonium albo cuttings that I'm going to stick where the gigas was. Okay, honestly, I think this is all I want to do with it. I feel like it looks kind of bare right now, but I know everything is going to grow out super quickly, so I don't want to overstuff it. I'm going to clear the table and we can pot the stuff up. We're just going to quickly pot everything up together. Here again is the silver dragon. So we are going to pot up this little guy in this plastic cup here. Most of my potting is done just in like recyclable containers or cups that I've just kept. I have a big box of essentially garbage.
Don't really mean to be rude, but you look like garbage rats.
I always like to give my plants a good tap in, and that way the roots can get settled and we don't have any big gaps in there. So here she is. That was super quick. Alocasia Silver Dragon done up. Number 2, we are going to do the Alocasia Black Velvet. Little soil on the bottom, and then I'm going to put the roots on top here. And this mix is kind of just super random. I reuse basically all potting mix that I get, whether it's from a nursery or if it's from someone that like I got the plant off of, or just old soil that I've made. I reuse everything. So this has a weird mix of crap in here. There's like whatever, regular potting soil that's super heavy, peat moss, and then there's also sphagnum moss in here. There's regular poor quality perlite, and there's like super chunky perlite that is fancy and premium grade. There's leca in here, there's pumice, there's orchid bark and charcoal, lechuza pon in here. Like, it is just a huge crazy mix.
I want the recipe to your mom, Pete's Cobbler, bitch!
I basically just don't want to waste stuff. Again, I'm just like, where there's perfectly fine soil, like I don't want to toss it out, so I just keep them in a big box, and then I adjust the ratios of the different things as they seem appropriate. Here is the black velvet. Also, I have therapy in 20 minutes, so I'm like kind of rushing to get this done so I can prepare for therapy. It's my first therapy session today, so I'm kind of excited, kind of nervous. Next, I'm potting up this philodendron no ID. Again, these roots are just so healthy on this guy. So these are going to this big cup here. Philodendron no ID, beautiful. I'm going to now pot up this philodendron gold violin. Do y'all go to therapy? I know it's like bad, but I just have felt so preoccupied by other things. Sometimes when you're like just overwhelmed with school and life, it's hard to get the time to go and find a therapist and sit down and go through all those consultations, because it is time and it is work. And again, there are costs to all of that as well. So I feel very lucky and very privileged that my work benefits now are going to be covering those costs. So I will report back. Last thing I want to pot up is this gigas. Part of me doesn't even want this gigas anymore. Like, I really don't know if it is ever going to grow. Okay, that's it. So quick run through of everything we potted up. Number 1 here is this beautiful philodendron gigas. Number 2, we have this philodendron gold violin. Number 3, alocasia black velvet. This one is probably the favorite thing that we pulled out from today. And this one I like as well. Philodendron no ID. Lastly, the thing that we pulled out and potted up today was this alocasia silver dragon. These are going into my Detolf cabinet. It's definitely a better transition from that terrarium into the Detolf cabinet versus from that terrarium into just ambient humidity. So I am going to go do that. I'm going to go clean up, and then I'm going to go to my appointment. Thank you all so much for watching. It means a lot to me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, I gotta go. Bye.